All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, and a sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing this truth and sincerity. And I'm going to get into this video, basically, protesters confront police. This is basically going into protesters trying to break into a construction site where it's just niggas. Even people in the comments was like, "Why are you calling them protesters? These are not protesters. These are just angry motherfuckers," as they were saying it. These, and you know it's niggas. It's always a bunch of niggas that just want to do a bunch of dumb stuff. Like, why are they at a construction site, which they say is supposed to be built into a condo or something? But that what does the construction site have to do with y'all doing? This just shows the stupidity of our people, that they just want to go around and fuck up everything. Now they actually have a reason to do so, and you wonder why our people have such a bad image. It's because you niggas. Of course, the curses, but it's you niggas. So I'm gonna go right to the video.
Saw that happening. That people were trying to break down the cyclone fence for the construction site. There's a big condo complex that's here. And if the protesters get into that, there's huge cranes up about 20 stories. And if they somehow start running amok in there, we're going to have a very dangerous situation. A group of people started trying to break down the fence. I can see more people started trying to break down the fence. And now they have broken through. People have broken through the fence, and they say, "Come on in, come on in." And now we're going to have some real trouble, because we're seeing a bunch of people. This is a full-on riot. People are now going into. They're getting 4x4s, 2x4s. They're getting pipes. They're getting tools. They've just broken in, and it's going to be a free-for-all. And we're going to have some real trouble here, because they are getting battering ram type 4x4s and things like that. It's about to escalate. The police department has not responded. They are pretty much letting the crowd go through. They're in a different area. Somebody found a fire extinguisher, and somebody is discharging the fire extinguisher. The crowd, as you can hear, is erupting. And now maybe cooler heads have prevailed and are trying to reestablish that construction fence.
Yeah, looked
that
like
had
some
been broken
construction
through just a few
workers
minutes
actually.
ago. I don't know if you can see this on our chopper, but the fence has been sort of restored by cooler heads in the crowd, which is a good thing. Because for a while, people started.
Yeah, they're the construction workers who are on the other side of the fence trying to reinforce it and get it back up in position. It looks like they might have succeeded to some extent.
Yeah, I see a couple of construction workers in their hard hats now. They were obscured by the crowd from what I could see. So the construction workers have reestablished that fence line, which is a good thing. So the standoff continues here on Santa Clara Street, with police not really pushing the crowd at this point. They've kind of stopped here at 5th Street, and the crowd does not appear to be dispersing. They are just kind of, most people just watching, spectating. A few people still throwing things, the police department yelling, but there haven't been as many shots fired in just the last few minutes than there had been before.
So that was pretty much the entirety of the video. But you can see there's no protesting. What are they protesting for? What are they going to protest at a construction site? If anything, if they was protesting, actual protesters would be at the core of what they're supposed to be protesting at. These are just niggas that just want to destroy everything. And so I say go for it. Go ahead and destroy everything. I mean, this is just pushing the prophecy, and we're looking forward to it. I'm gonna get Isaiah 24:11. It says, "There is crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone." And we can clearly see it. This is of anything. I was expecting a brawl or a shootout, because you know with niggas, they're the fight or scatter like roaches, which is clearly what they was going to do at the end of this, anyways. But this is just this is what we've been constantly seeing: protesters, quote unquote protesters, which we like many of people saying these ain't protesters. The elder of the camp was just send out an article that they just broke off a statue. Another brother in the camp said they broke off the statue and tossed it in the water. That we seen the infrastructure of this place is pretty much gone. This is Ecclesiasticus 7:4. Ecclesiastes 7:4. Salakia. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of the fools is in the house of mirth. See, now you would think, because of that scripture, it says the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning. You would a lot of people would try to equate that to these protesters, which they're not mourning. They deliberately just going around attacking anything they please and having fun with it, because they're protesting over a God they never even know they never even heard of until he died. And there goes that word protesting, and where they not protesting over anything. They protest. They just want to have an excuse to actually do things, because they've been locked in the house too long. Now that a nigga died, now they have an excuse to do something, and this is what Black Lives Matter promotes. They promote of these niggas just doing these things. So the issue is, it's not an issue for us. I mean, because believe it or not, we want this to happen. So I got into this word protest right here, since this is what they like to call these these animals, as I like to call them, because that's what they are. They're just a bunch of animals running around. It says a solemn declaration of opinion, and usually dissent, such as a sworn declaration that payment of a note or bill has been refused, that all responsible signers or debtors are liable for resulting loss or damage. A declaration made especially before or while paying that tax, that a tax is illegal and a payment is not voluntary. The act of ejecting or gesture of a disapproval, a complaint, objection, or display of a willingness, usually to an idea or a course of action. An objection made to an official or a government body of sport. So this is basically, actually it says one right here, to execute or have executed a formal protest against something such as a bill or a note. So protesting, you're supposed to be basically going against to do things, or pretty much stand as a crowd and show that you're not against it, as far as like just with words or using action to pretty much disapprove something. What you got here is something totally different. This is what you would call a riot, which I'm gonna actually get that word real quick as well, because this is what they like to do. It was just go around tearing down things. Protesting back then, you just stood outside with picket signs, showed that you're not with this or that. But this is what you would call a riot, which is something totally different from a protest. Though they try to make it seem like the same, it's not. That's why they say protest or riot. Those are two different words. So the definition of riot, it says a violent public disorder. Public violence, tumult, or disorder. And this is what you saw in this video. Grabbing what the guy said, what looks like battering ram shaped like things, breaking into stuff, breaking down windows, breaking into stuff. What are you breaking into a construction site for? What is there for you to? What is there for you? Do they have the building dropped on you? That'd be amusing. It says unrestrained rivalry, noise, uproar, or disturbance made by revealers, and that's exactly what these guys are. And like I said, go for it. This is the reason I'm going into this video is for prophecy. We want these things to happen. I wouldn't. This is all relevant because our people need to die. Yes, we are going against Esau. The whole spiritual battle is our spiritual battle, but these people, they're having a carnal war. They're trying to go. They're doing the dumbest things that they fail to understand. And here's the reason why. This is 2 Peter 2:12. But these as natural brute beasts made to be taken and destroyed. That's our people. We was made to be taken and destroyed because of what we've been going off doing for the past many times we've been in captivity. History repeats. It says, speak evil of things that they understand not. When we out there, we out there telling them what to do, what to pretty much do in times like these. But they speak evil towards us because they don't understand. It says, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption. And that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to perish in this. They're going to die in this. Because they want to be carnal, this is what they're going to get. Because they want to be carnal, they want to have uproars. They want to have riots. They want to seem like they're the ones being victims. And we are being victims. But we are here to set a course, or pretty much, this is a set course for us to do what we do. This is why we tell people we're only out here for the elect, not the rest of our people, because they're 2/3. They're going to need to die. Let's keep going with the scripture. It says, and shall receive the reward of unrighteousness, which would be death, as they that counted pleasure to riot in the daytime, which is what we're seeing right now. We've been having riots up and down, left and right with this place, and people fail to understand your riots don't mean shit. Esau still has the upper hand. Esau still has the weapons and technology. He knows how to take our people down. He could take our people down with deception or just brute force. A lot of people can't do nothing against it. Esau is only letting this happen just because it's like a sporting game tour. He knows what's going on. He don't care. This is his this is his kingdom. He could let things fall just so he can make more shit. So it says here, spots they are and blemishes, sporting themselves with their own deceivings while they feast with you. And that's our people. They quick to pull up this Black Lives Matter. They just deceiving themselves. They think they can come up. They think we're all about waking up all of our people. No, we're about waking up the elect. They deceive themselves if they think we're about Black Lives Matter, because it doesn't. We're not about them. It says having eyes full of adultery, nothing but our people, because Esau can't do adultery. He's not of the blessings. It says, and that cannot cease from sin. Esau can't sin because he is sin. This is what he does. His sin, our version, his sin is actually his righteousness, believe it or not, because that's what he's created for. In his eyes, what he's doing is righteous, and believe it or not, it is righteousness to him because he can't sin. Only our people can sin because we are under the curse. We are the ones that has blessings of the kingdom of heaven. It says beguiling unstable souls. Esau ain't unstable. This is what he does. He does it for a living. He's naturally best at being a deceiver and a devil. Our people is the one that's unstable in souls. because they don't know what the hell, they don't know what to do with themselves. I ain't talking about just from rioting, but I'm talking about they in different doctrines. They sleep with other men's women. It's all nothing but whoredom going around. You could be whatever you want to be. Bunch of confusion. They don't know what they want to do. Bisexual, bi-curious, all these bi things, trans fluid, transgender. It's a bunch of confusion. Unstable souls. In the heart, they have exercise with covetous. In the heart, that they have exercise with covetous practices, curse children. And it tells it right there. We're the cursed children. We're the ones that's cursed. We're the ones going through all these things. We're the ones doing the dumbass rioting, where thinking they can make a change when we really can't. This is Esau's kingdom. We don't stand a chance against Esau without the Heavenly Father. But you got them freedom fighters out there that came to our camp saying they don't need to wait. They don't wait on Jesus. They don't wait on God or some other BS they like to come up with. And we're telling them, fine, go do you. Go to the White House and start shooting up everything. Here y'all running around amok, going to other different places where y'all should be going to the main place y'all really hated the most. Goes to show you that Esau, you let Esau. I mean, sorry, you goes to show you if you let niggas run this place, nothing will be built. Everything be trash. Niggas don't know how to fucking take care of their own shit. Go inside that house, nothing but filth and dirt and piss and shit every goddamn where. Food all over the place. Shitty diapers on the floor and on the walls. You see when you drive by when you go in the ghettos, trash everywhere. On their lawn, in the middle of the road, on the sidewalk. No place is safe for niggas. This is why this is why niggas need to die. So we can finally actually get their butts in order when we go into the kingdom. Because even in this place, the Lord wasn't watching through even just his people in general. I'm not sure which would last more, Esau or our own people. Because at this point, they'll probably kill themselves. Or if they did run this place, they destroy this place themselves. You see how they kill each other. So with that, that's pretty much what I wanted to go into. So with that, Shalom.